So now we're here on Toast. This is my main. Obviously, everyone here knows that I spend more than I probably should. So I have pretty good stats. I have a pretty good dragon. Obviously, I'm not as good as others, but it holds up pretty well. So that's kind of what I want to show here, is just kind of the dragon. If you aren't spending, I would ignore all these monster skills. Like this siege attack only helps when you're doing monster. Bowman attack only helps when you're doing monster. Cavalry Rage only helps when you do monster. I do these for Golem, so I try to rank as high as I can. It'll get me a little more experience. It'll get me a little more. Pretty much just get you that more Lord experience. And then it's always nice to kind of brag how good you do. When you aren't this high of a level, what your biggest focus is going to be on is getting these skills to level 16. Level 16 gets you a little bigger boost. I think this skill normally goes up like 2% per level. Now level 16 will go up 4%. So your goal is to kind of get everything to level 16 that you can. And kind of just focus on what's going to help you with the Merlin Trail. So that's going to be March capacity is pretty much your most important thing. That should be your highest level and your highest starred. And then the next is going to be these bowmen. So this bowman versus infantry, and then you have bowman's versus cav here. And then the next things I focus on would be infantry stats here. So the infantry versus bowman and the infantry versus cavalry. When you're actually attacking, the cavalry stats don't really matter, just because, again, cavalry is kind of not that popular, especially in our kingdom. They kind of get a little better once people start getting to SH35, but we don't really have that problem yet, so it's not important. And then again, you want to do your cavalry attack here, so your cavalry versus infantry and cavalry versus bowmen, and those should be your setup. So you can get as far as you can in the Merlin Trials, but with the emblems now, the Merlin Trial is really easy. So try and get these level 2 blues from the Labyrinth. They're like 800 coins or so it's a good amount, and you can get 4 of them per week. But they're really, really good. As you can see, I have a couple purple, and I've got 1 yellow, because I have bad money habits. You can kind of see from the emblem showcase how good these get. If you had a yellow and you managed to level it up to max, you would get an extra 70% skills. That kind of, this is not too big of an issue with the purples. These only need to be a level 15 skill, but with purple and above, you need to pair it with a level 20 skill to make sure you get all 3 bonuses. What can I do? If I swap these two, for example, you see how I'm not getting the troop health because it needs to be paired with a level 20. So just make sure you have that set up correctly. So sometimes you might have to move your skills around. And that's also going to hold true on your other things. So see that it matters, but on my gathering, I'm not getting anything from here because this is a level 1 skill. So it doesn't really help me anything, but I only have 1 level 20 and I have that paired with this, but obviously it doesn't really matter that much. I should maybe look into this a little, but same thing, I kind of just don't care. But anyways, I wanted to talk about formations just because he's got a lot of troops. I can kind of look at everything. So this is kind of basically what I have is I use troop 1 as kind of a quick reinforcement. I have it as under my limit just because some people didn't have the capacity needed, and then I'll kind of, I'll add more bowmen, I'll add more infantry, whatever I need to do. But this is basically just a little bit of infantry and then bowmen all over. This troop formation 2 is more so what I use when I attack, and again, I keep it under my march capacity just so I can kind of tweak with it depending on what I think I need to do. And usually if I'm attacking, I'm going to use my march boost and the talent to increase my march boost, so this ends up going up to like 220,000. And for the most part, I'm going to just add more bowmen. I might add a little more infantry, depending what it is. If it's a rally, I'll add a lot more infantry, just because it becomes more important. So I just kind of want to go over, not too quickly, but try to be quickly, how combat works. If you've paid attention, all your troops have a class. So cavalry come in light cavalry, which are good against archers, and you have heavy cavalry, which are good against warriors. So this means that they'll get attack bonus, but it also means that they're going to try to attack this type of unit first. So this is what makes Cav able to be really good, because they will jump infantry and go straight to your archers, but you have to have a lot of them and you're going to lose a lot, so I just kind of ignore it if I'm not doing something where there's no real heal cost. And then likewise, you have two classes here. You have your warriors, which are better against archers, and then you have you have your spearmen, which are better against cavalry. You kind of, if you picture like a formation of actual troops, what's going to happen is the warriors are going to be in front of the spearmen. So unless, there is this rule that makes them jump to another unit, the warriors are always going to get attacked first. So when I attack, I will always send some T8 infantry with my attack. This will make it so my T8 infantry will die instead of my T10, and my heal cost will be a little bit less. And this is also why when we do rallies, it's really important that you send T8 infantry and not T9 infantry, because the T9, they're not really going to get attacked. It's the same kind of thing as like with your bowmen. If they're getting attacked, you already lost, so you're kind of already screwed. So when we're doing any mega rallies, focus on sending warriors. So obviously, for the handful of us that have T10s, T10 is best. If you don't have T10s, then having T8s is good. And then likewise, if you do have T9s, you want to do the same thing and protect yourself with the lower level spearmen when you do your attacks. So you want these T7 spearmen to die instead. And then bowmen, they have their two classes as well. So you have archers, which are strong against cavalry, so they'll attack cavalry before they attack infantry. And then also you have crossbowmen, which are strong against spearmen, so they will attack the spearmen before they attack the heavy archers. So you kind of use all that knowledge just to set up how you want your formula. And a lot of it comes down to what tier you are. So, if I still only had tier 9s, then my focus would be on having a large amount of T9 infantry with the T7 protecting it. And then one of the things that's not obvious when you start off is that you don't just want to send as many of your best units as possible, because the game has diminishing returns. So that means the more of the same troop you send, the less of a bonus you get. So sending, so if I actually sent 56,000 bowmen here, I would actually do less than if I sent, 40,000 and maybe 22,000 or something like that. And this is what the golem is really helpful for, is kind of experimenting to see, where are my breakpoints. And I still have a lot of work to do that, just because I haven't been experimenting lately. But I do send everything. So you can see I send T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9, and T10 bowmen. Because your bowmen are always going to do damage. They're going to sit behind your infantry. Whereas with your infantry, you really want to send whatever your best is, and then a little bit of protection. I haven't noticed a diminishing return as far as on defense, so technically sending 60,000 T10 imagery is better than sending 50,000 T10 and 10,000 T8. But again, it's just kind of T10 costs a lot more to heal, so I would rather have some T8 die, even if it might mean I lose a fight, because it's not going to make a drastic difference, but it could be the difference between winning and losing. And that's kind of something you can really find out in the Spire here. And that's something that I'll do a lot is you can see, like when I have free time, I'll attack a lot of people I don't really expect to win just to kind of see how I do. And then sometimes you might see me attack the same person a handful of times in a row. These are all defenses, so it's not really helpful. Let's see if I can revenge. I don't have anyone I can revenge. I haven't lost in a while. I probably need to move up another level then. You just kind of look. Like this would be a person I could probably easily kill, so I kind of know that's in my back pocket if I need someone who I absolutely have to kill, but I'm more likely to look for someone who's over 100 million. So like this person here would be someone that I would want to attack just so I can see, you know, how my stats compare, how my formation works, and I'll play around with a little there, and then I'll try and update my formulas afterwards. So that's probably a little complicated. You know, you guys can always feel free to ask me questions. I try and do my best to help people as I can. This is probably a little long, so I don't know how much people are going to like it, but I guess we tried. I probably should do this right now. So that's kind of a lot of what I wanted to cover. Probably the only other thing to really go over is if you do decide you want to start spending money, it's kind of what packs to look for. Pretty much the best thing is going to be your deals of the day, whatever they are. This one I don't really like that much, although the $1 pack is really good because that's 3,000 gold for $1. So that's 3 days worth of shields. It's really helpful during a kill event or whatever you need. The horns are okay. It's not a bad purchase. I'll also use those here. I just don't like buying things so that it's random. Tomorrow's pack is going to be the emblem pack. I don't like the emblem pack all that much. Sunday is the equipment pack, which I did like a lot for a little bit, but now that they're doing the $20 Ice Lord packs, it's not as comparatively good. After that, you'll have an upgrade pack that'll have construction and research speed ups, which is really nice. The best thing about that pack is really the food that's going to come with it. You're going to get, depending on which packs you buy, you can get, I think up to like, I want to say maybe 230 million if you bought all packs, and you'll get that much in food and wood. So that's kind of what allows me to have this rather large amount of wood that I have open, plus I have more in here. Same thing, I've got a large amount of food, even though I just spent, all day building a bunch of troops. Which reminds me, I don't think I've done my trader yet. So we'll come here and buy some silver and some iron. Just so you can kind of see, so you see I'm at 400,000 iron right now. I opened that, and that was 800,000 iron, That's basically a full day in the iron mine for your lions with Gold Dragon that you just got instantly. So that kind of hopefully hits home for why it's so important to do that and to grab it every day. Without that, I definitely wouldn't be 30 yet. I wouldn't have the research levels I have. I wouldn't have the troops I have. It's just a lot of people don't really focus on it like they should. But it's important. like I said, you want to take advantage of every little thing that you can do. Like when you collect resources, if you have the Bow of Tristan or a lower level one, and you have the Ring of Production and a lower level one, you want to equip those, and then you kind of slide your finger over and you pick up everything, because it's going to make it so you get a little bit more. And that little bit more always adds up. And then likewise, when you use instant yield, you want to make sure you have that. You want to make sure you have, I usually just have one iron mine, one silver mine. I needed to do a second one yesterday for the daily rewards. And then since I have another farm here, from spending, I have a whole bunch of these farm and wood, so I'll do 2 of those every day. And again, I do that more for the daily than the rewards. Food and wood you'll get plenty of from barbarians, and if you do spend, you'll get it from those packs, which is what I was talking about, and I got distracted. But pretty much all the packs are decent. I like the ones that have the speed ups in food better. I used to like the dragon one before they switched it to the emblems. And then the refining gems is really nice, because that's pretty much the easiest way to level up your gems here. And getting all these to level 6 is really important to get your stats up. And the Valors aren't too terrible, but it will take a while if you don't spend. And then within the packs here, pretty much the best thing that you can buy is going to be the Iseult, or Werewolf if you want to spend more money. But I would really strongly recommend buying the $20 set here, just because this is going to save you so much resources, especially the iron and silver. The $5 is still nice, and like I said, Werewolf's obviously even better, but it's completely understandable that it gets stupid to spend $100 on a game like this. The next thing you're going to want to look into is the Wisdom Gems. Same thing. Here, just buy the $5 one. You can level these with refining gems, so there's no real reason to buy these. They're pretty easy to level up. I definitely don't think it would cost you $15 worth of refined gems to get them to level 2, and it definitely wouldn't cost you $100 to get them to level 3. And that's as high as they go, is level 3. But those are really nice. I don't like these hero packs just because I don't feel like you get enough, but Sir Kay here is a really good hero, just because you're getting combat stats from something that normally is resource gathering stats. So basically this will get you 5 cards in there, but I don't have them. But then this is kind of the same thing, but it's a lesser version. So I don't know why you would get this at this point. This pack isn't good. The dragon pack is really nice. It's a lot of dragon experience. I bought a few of these last week. This pack is not any good. This pack is not any good. They did improve the banner pack a little bit. Now it's 800, and I think before it was like 600 or so, but I still would recommend doing the banner daily instead of buying this pack. I want to say it's like $2,000 for $5, and you can see here you're getting less than $2,000 for $20. This prestige pack is awful. Noble keys is not worth buying. Noble badge is not worth buying. Resources is not really worth buying. This is for, again, this is a random. I don't like random, and then this is also for your lab, so your spirit. And you don't really need to spend unless you really want to push for the arena, which is going to be a lot of money for not that much. Lucky Shot is nice, which I guess I forgot to go over Lucky Shot, so I'll do that here in a second. The Alliance pack is really nice. You'll get a lot of food and a lot of speed ups. Here's the Port pack. Which is, again, it's a good pack to buy, but it's kind of, you have to spend a lot of money to get it to show up at all. Battle Bundle's not good, not good, not good, not good, not that good. Speed up pack is not that good. So really the most of what I buy is either Alliance pack or Ice Lord, just because I was trying to get the full set of Deathseeker. And then I buy teleport packs every now and then just because it's cheaper than having to spend your gold, but you know, $50 isn't nothing. Vengeance awful. So that's kind of my rambling thoughts here. So I guess that's kind of, I think that's everything I really wanted to cover. So if you guys have questions, you know, always feel free to ask me. Otherwise, that's it.